you just started using Raycast, what, like a couple of months ago?
I started using it a couple of months ago, but not really using it. It would like basically just replace Spotlight, and carried on using it like Spotlight for a very long time.
What took you so long to explore Raycast further, and why?
I can be a bit set in my ways. Like when I've found habits that I'm used to, it takes me a long time to change them. Even in your editor, you know, you can do like Command D to select the same bits of code, or you can jump to the end of line and things like that. I still don't really do a lot of that stuff. Like I'm very manual because I'm just so old and set in my ways. Every day I get on my laptop and I start up my browser, I start up my code editor, and I start up Spotify. They're like the three things I do daily. So I have a numpad keyboard, and I just set up the minus, plus, and enter keys on the far right, all in one line, to open up my browser, Spotify, and code. So every day I just hit my keys, open browser, Spotify, and code, and get to work. And I was like, oh, that's actually really handy. That is what started me delving more into like, what other keys can I assign to things? And it definitely made me explore it more.
So I can see your screen now. The first thing that comes to mind is that I can already see some menu bar extensions there. Why don't you tell me like the things that you find yourself using Raycast for the most?
I've got one snippet that I use all the time, which is the React scan snippet. I don't know if you've seen on Twitter recently. I can't remember his name, but he's posted a lot about this React scan library for measuring performance in React apps. So, if I open up Cursor, I push my hotkey and the enter key in my number pad then, which opened up my code editor for me. But yeah, I can go to like layout, and I scroll down to here somewhere and do Command V. Command Option. I use Command and Option as my Raycast keys all the time. So Command Option V for like paste. I think of it as like a paste. And then I just hit enter, and I've got my React scan snippet here.
So what you've done, you've set a hotkey, which is Command Option V, to open your search snippets command, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, got it. So instead of like...
Is there a better way to do that? Is there another way to do that?
No, I mean, because like the thing with snippets, the thing that makes them kind of efficient is the fact that you can use them as this equivalent of a text expander, right? If you open up your snippets again, like Command Shift V, Option Command V was, I think, right? And then if there you press Option E to edit, Command E to edit, right? If you scroll down a little bit, like right to the bottom of this view, you see there is a keyword field that says optional.
Oh.
Like if you type in something like !scan, then when you type that in your code editor, that's going to immediately put that in there for you. It replaces it with a snippet. You know what I mean?
Oh, this is why I'm here, Pedro. This is why I'm here, making my life easier day by day. That's brilliant. I didn't know that. Okay, I'm immediately changing that later.
Yeah, so
I know everyone isn't a huge fan of Google, but I do Option Command G, so I can just search Google quickly and it'll open up my browser. I am really bizarre. I have my browser set up with DuckDuckGo as the default search engine, but I created this really weird habit of opening up my browser, typing in google.com, and then searching. I don't know why I didn't just change my default search engine to Google, because I, for some reason, always use Google anyway. I just find that it gives me better results a lot of the time. So I've taken out that whole process, and instead I just Option Command G, search here, and it'll open my browser with the search results.
Yeah, that's very nice. This is like a great example of like skipping a bunch of steps just to get to where you want to get. You're skipping opening the browser, risking seeing what was there before and maybe getting distracted, then you're in this sort of like dangerous place of distraction hell.
The Pro subscription was originally given to me because of the AI capabilities in Raycast. I already have a ChatGPT subscription, but I was really interested in playing with the A part of Raycast. I don't know if Raycast are open for suggestions, but I open up ChatGPT with Raycast, and I always do the Command-Shift-N to start a new chat that's temporary. If I do Option-Command-A, that will open up ChatGPT for me. At least it should, and it's opened it on the wrong screen, so I'll move it. Here we go. But you can see here I've got no chats. I never really have chats on my AI tools. I always delete them if they're there permanently. So I like to Shift Command and N to open up a temporary chat. So if I talk here and close the program, it's gone. It doesn't exist anymore. And it would be really cool if I could do a hotkey that opens up AI and then executes these few keys to open up a temporary chat for me. So you can pipe, shortcut keys into the application that's about to open.
You're basically saying it would be nice if you could have a hotkey in Raycast, and that hotkey would map to maybe a series of shortcuts for the app that you just opened.
Yes, exactly. So it would open the app first, then fire off those shortcuts so that the app opens in the new state that you're expecting.
In Raycast, we have this concept of quick AI. And so my question to you is, are you familiar with this?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so let me quickly show you how quick AI works. Just out of curiosity, I wonder if that would be the equivalent to you, at least in your mental model of how you use this temporary chat. So if you open up Raycast, and so you see in the top right, there is this thing called Ask AI, and you press tab. So if in Raycast, in the Raycast window, if you just you see, you press tab first, that's fine. So now we went into this quick AI mode. And so from here, you're basically in a one-off chat type of thing. You can do follow-up questions, I'll show you. But if you type in something usually we say when was the iPhone released or whatever, just to get a one-off answer. Right. Then you see the model is using ChatGPT 4o Mini, and so you just get that answer. It's like a one-off thing, right? But the cool thing about this quick AI is that if you need to ask follow-up questions, then you can just continue right there within this little Raycast window. But if for some reason you wanna sort of keep that as a chat because you wanna go back and forth a bit more, or because you wanna come back to it later, then you can see here it says continuing chat. You press Command J, so that would open up the chat window.
So if I do a quick AI question, it doesn't store it here in the sidebar?
No, it only goes there if you continue in chat.
What was Pedro's favorite color?
Wow, imagine he gets it right. It should be red.
Oh, look. Pedro Pascal. So if I open up AI now, oh, look. That's so cool. That's exactly what I need. So what else? Oh, yeah. I also have a hotkey set up for linear, which is Option-Command J, because my name starts with J, and this is my assigned tasks. I can go through and change statuses and things like that from within Raycast. It's really nice. Another one is Slack status, because every day I walk my dog, and if I haven't done it before work, I'll have to do it middle of the day. So Command Option S will open up my Slack status thing, and I can put walking doggo for an hour. You can see it there at the bottom.
The idea of using your letter, the letter of your name, for the issues that are assigned to you is just so nice. It's very intuitive, and it's also very human. I really like that.
I have the linear app open most of the time. It will either be on a bored or something that I don't want to, I don't like switching around different views a lot in Linear. This allows me to keep like my project open in Linear, but also see like an overall list of tasks that I've got, because sometimes I might have a bug.
Jenna, let me ask you, like when we started talking about this, you said that the thing that made you really start using Raycast and like customizing it to your needs was that you got an organization license, right? Like the company you work for created an organization, they added you to it and stuff. I've got just a couple of questions about it, but basically, what are the team features that you're using, if any? And also like whether you guys have built any internal extensions for it.
The answer is not a lot, to be honest. I could ask my boss if there's stuff going on, but I've seen the snippets. I've not used them. We've got like snippets for the company address. So if I do Command Option V again, you can see here there's like some registered addresses and VAT numbers at the bottom there. But the organization side of Raycast is not something I've used a lot of, to be honest. I actually was curious what the like approval process is for the extensions and how complicated it is to get them set up, because we spoke about potentially building a Raycast extension for our product, but I never got round to it, and I saw that there was an approval process. So I was like, I probably wouldn't be able to get approved in time anyway.
So if you want to build an extension that you want it to be available in the Raycast extension store, so like anybody can download and install and use, then you upload your extension into the repo that we have, and that goes through an approval process. But if you're making a private extension, like just for your company, then there's no review process there. That's just, that's for you guys to decide.
Oh, this is interesting. Little hackathon projects.
Well, I had a question for you. I was curious to know whether you had built an extension before, because it's just a React API. You could build one with your eyes closed, but also because I was very curious to know your feedback and your thoughts on the API itself, because I know how meticulous you are about API design. So I was like, oh man, I got to ask Jenna what she thinks about it. And, but you haven't built one yet, so we got to change that.
Yeah. Oh gosh, if I knew, we should have spoke a bit more beforehand, because I could have set some time aside to have a play with it for work. But I'd love to give it a go. I'm super interested in it. Yeah, if you can just hack locally like that, I'm going to definitely have a play with this, and I'll get back to you, because there's so many little things that I can think, like my mind's going crazy now. I'll give it a go. One of my Fridays off.